Today we're going to do chicken and stuffing casserole. I did show something similar to this back in 2021. However, this one is a tad different, so I wanted to go ahead and share it because it was very, very good and very easy. So the first thing we do is mix our two cream of soups. We have 1 mushroom, 1 chicken, and we'll blend that together with a ½ cup of water. You also need 2 cups of cut up cooked chicken. I used a pre-packaged meal that I got at Walmart or from Tyson. You can do that, or you can get rotisserie chicken or cook your own chicken, whichever you prefer to do. And the next thing we're going to do is melt 1 stick of margarine. Now the margarine's melted, we're going to mix in the cornbread until it's all incorporated. Now it did ask for 8 ounces of stuffing mix. The Walmart brand was 6, but it was plenty, so use whichever you would prefer. We're going to spray the casserole dish and then put in half of the stuffing. We're going to top that with the chicken, and then we'll pour the soup mix over the chicken and then the rest of the stuffing. Now this goes in a 350-degree oven for 25 to 30 minutes. Here it is coming out the oven. I'm telling you, this is absolutely delicious, and I hope you give it a try. Now I served this alongside some frozen corn, which I cooked, but I've never cooked it this way. This was in one of my cookbooks from the Goodwill from the 80s, and it's so simple, but it was really good. If you haven't seen this, it's just you take the frozen corn and run it under some water, and then put it in a pan with some melted butter, and then we add some sugar to it and just let it simmer. So good. Now of course I use Swerve, but you can use whichever you would prefer, and I will have both of these recipes, the stuffing and the corn, in the description box below, and I'll have your ingredients at the end of this clip and our finished plates. We also had some broccoli salad with this as well that I had made the day before, so I hope you give it a try. It was really, really good. Today is a super simple pork chop casserole. First of all, I'm going to spray the casserole dish, and I'm going to put in my boneless pork chops, and then we're going to cover those with French onion dip. Now, the original recipe said that you could use any sour cream dip of choice, and listed was the French onion, toasted onion, chive, bacon and cheese, ranch, dill, whatever sour cream you like. They all apparently work. So I went with the original sour cream, French onion, I'm sorry. And I'm just going to spread that all over these pork chops. Now we're going to top that with the cheese. And now the French fried onions. We're going to bake this in a 350-degree oven for 35 to 45 minutes. You want to use a thermometer to make sure your pork chops reach 145, but for a well-done pork chop, it's 160. Here are our finished plates, and now I'm going to show you how I make those cauliflower steaks, coming up next. The cauliflower steaks are super simple, but as I've mentioned before, I do my ordering at Walmart, and cauliflower and broccoli is so small. So you can have a good laugh, because I honestly had more leaves than I did, you know, the cauliflower. But we got 5 steaks out of it, so I was happy with that. But next time I'm going to the local grocery store. They have great produce, and we actually have a produce stand at the end of the road that's quite popular. I'm not sure that I've seen cauliflower there though, but I might check it out. What we're doing here is getting all the leaves off, leaving the stalk connected, and I guess that helps when you're cutting it into steaks to keep it together. Now, it's said that the outside parts will fall off, and they do, but you just save them and cook them with the steaks. I ate them before they made it to the air fryer, so we don't have any leftover bits of cauliflower. So I got 2 out of that first one, and I get 3 out of this one. Now I'm going to put together all of the ingredients that we're going to brush onto the steaks, and I'll have that list at the end of this clip, and also a link to the original recipe in the description box below. Okay, now we have to brush both sides of the steaks. I'm going to do one side, and I'm going to put them in the air fryer, and then, put them in with the brush side down, and then coat the other side. We cook these at 375 degrees, and that is for 15 minutes in the air fryer. And after 8 minutes, we need to flip them over. So that's what you'll see me do. They came out absolutely delicious. I only have one picture. For some reason, Big Daddy's plate was turned and you couldn't see the steak on his. So I'll show you my plate, and I suggest giving them a try. There are a lot of different recipes online that I found with different ingredients, but this one had lime and paprika, garlic powder, pepper and salt, and of course the olive oil. And it was very, very tasty. We enjoyed them. I forgot to turn the camera on, but we are not done yet. I put all the vegetables in here, and I'm going to put chicken in here because it's not going to fit in one dish. So, this is a lot of food. But we did, I've already got my chicken breast cut into 4 pieces. You saw me do that on get it all done. Well, good job that one's little. Okay, now. Taking over with voiceover because it was quite loud, but the recipe said to cut the green pepper up into 8 pieces, the tomato into quarters, the potatoes quartered lengthwise, and now we're going to sprinkle the chicken with lemon juice and garlic powder, and we're also going to do that for the vegetables. These lemons were so big I had to put them in there upside down. I think I got the second one in the right way around, but it still juiced it. Now we're going to sprinkle everything with the garlic powder, and then it says to cover tightly with aluminum foil, so that's what I did. You bake these at 450 degrees. It said 30 to 35 minutes, and mine was done. It just wasn't browned, so I ended up I took the foil off and then turned it into the air fryer function, which I have on my oven, or you could probably put it on broil. It just needed to be browned up a little bit, so that's what I did. That was not in the directions, but I'm just letting you know. The flavor was delicious. Big Daddy didn't care for the tomato. He doesn't like cooked tomatoes. I had them for breakfast when I was a little girl, so I'm quite used to them and I love them. So that's a personal preference. And if you don't like the tomatoes, you could put different vegetables in here too. This is just what this particular recipe called for. This was one that I got out of one of my 1980s cookbooks. So I hope you give it a try. It was very, very good. And I did end up putting a little barbecue sauce on the chicken too, and that was good. So that's another option. And here are your ingredients. I hope you give it a try. Today we're making some homemade sloppy joes. These were super good. It called for 2 pounds of ground beef. I only had a pound, so I used a pound of sausage as well and mixed the two together, which I have done before and we quite enjoy that. But you can do whichever you prefer. And now I'm going to add in some onions, and we're going to get this browned up, and then we'll drain it. Now that it's cooked and drained, we're going to add in all the other ingredients. I will have them listed at the end of this clip, and they'll be in the description box below with the directions. Now it says sugar. I use Swerve, so you can use regular sugar if you prefer. Now we're going to get everything incorporated, and then we're going to put it on a simmer, and we'll leave that for 45 minutes, just so all the flavors can combine. Okay, you'll need buns to serve, and then here are our finished plates. This was super simple, and it's probably ingredients that you have in the house, so no need to run out and buy the can. Here are those ingredients. I hope you give it a try. Well, I hope you enjoyed all those recipes, and I certainly hope you're enjoying your Labor Day. So I will see you guys on Wednesday for a fantastic easy dinner.